Hey, what's going on, you guys? Mace coming to you from Canada, British Columbia. Talk about snowflakes, the right-wing meltdown over Newsom's new social media style. I've been out of the loop for a little bit. I've been out camping and just on vacation, enjoying the last days of summer. Hope you're doing the same. Let's get into this one.
As the state of California responds to and fights back against the blatant political power grab in Texas with its own redistricting effort, that state's governor, Gavin Newsom, is fighting for a different kind of power in today's political landscape. Attention, Newsom's press office for the past week and a half has been flooding the zone by flooding social media posts with posts that mimic Donald Trump's style and doing what no Democrat has tried for the last 9 years in dealing with Donald Trump, beating Donald Trump at his own game. Since Donald Trump posted a fake Time magazine
Show a mirror to a clown, they might just realize they're a clown. However, I wouldn't give Trump that much credit.
Cover of himself as king, Gavin Newsom's team did the same thing. In one post, Gavin Newsom calls MAGA Republicans, quote, snowflakes in all caps. In another, he says this, quote, Donald is finished. He is no longer hot. First the hands, so tiny, and now me, Gavin C. Newsom, have taken away his step. Many are saying he can't even do the big stairs on Air Force One anymore, uses the little baby stairs now. Sad. Referring to a picture of Donald Trump alongside Vladimir Putin, he just wrote, vaxxed, and Newsom has already captured the visual style of the quintessential Trump post. There's the retweet of buff Gavin Newsom holding an American flag, or maybe the real winner, a portrait of him.
That's hilarious. I think that's actually fairly genius, and something that the opposition to Donald Trump really needs to start keying in on is the use of social media virality and posts like this, because the right, and specifically Trumposphere, they really don't understand irony, and I don't think they're going to see the irony in this. They're probably like, the irony in this is that these are exactly the tactics that Trump uses now. Criticizing him, mocking him, ridiculing him, I think, is the best offense and the best chance Democrats have of turning voting blocks over.
Themselves surrounded by Kid Rock, Tucker Carlson, and Hulk Hogan. Newsom's social media campaign is clearly getting under the skin of many on the right.
I don't know what he's trying to do, but it comes across as childish. And what are...
Excuse me? What did he just say?
I don't know what he's trying to do, but it comes across as childish. And what are... You're the governor of the biggest state in the union. What are you doing?
Oh, man. The hypocrisy, the blindness is wild.
This is a sitting governor. Those are Congress people. And it feels like we're watching a summer camp skit. We're watching slam poetry. We're watching these attention seekers that are just so wrapped up in clickbait, and they are supposed to be governing.
Hypocrisy is dying a sad and tragic death right now. Say the anchors from the network that paid $800 million for their lies. Now,
wild.
if the hypocrisy in all of this isn't
Those pundits' comments are wild.
clear enough, if it doesn't smack you on the side of the head, here's what podcaster and radio host Charlemagne the God had to say about Fox News' reaction there.
Have you ever told the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America to stop? Have you ever told the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America that they need to be more serious, to act like it's cool when Trump do it, but it's a problem when Gavin does it? Knock it off.
It's good for the goose. You know how that goes. Joining our coverage, Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell of California. Matt and Alex are still here as well. Congressman, what do you think about this double standard from Fox, and what do you think about what Governor Newsom is doing?
I freaking love what Governor Newsom is doing, because that's what offense looks like, and we don't see enough Democrats, frankly, doing that. We have to be in more spaces, more places.
I agree with him. More places, more spaces. But start kind of adopting some of those tactics. And the key is that it's not to be taken seriously. It's meant to ridicule, to mock, and see if you can start getting under the skin and start getting through to some MAGA people. But yeah, taking advantage of the viral nature of social media, and start chipping away in that sphere, I would say would be probably a smart idea. As long as it's, because I think, the side that opposes Trump, a lot of the time can take themselves a little bit too seriously, or just lack some humor and brevity.
And always on to voters means always honest. And Donald Trump, for all of his warts and all of his corruption and incompetency, he's always on. And so when he makes a mistake, he is on
always
an
on
hour later, 2 hours later, 3 hours later, and it diminishes how the public views him. If we were always on with our ideas and our values, it will project authenticity and who we really are. And so you're seeing Governor Newsom, I think, most effectively do that. And I also like, Nicole, that he's on offense. You have to either put Donald Trump on his heels, or he's going to put the most vulnerable in our community on theirs. And that's what this move is. And more Democrats, particularly governors, should model this and step up.
I agree with you.
And yeah, that's usually the only language that'll get through to a bully, right?
I have to ask you this, though. Like, how did it take 9 years to decide to simply try, mocking him? I mean, South Park figured it out. Gavin Newsom figured it out. But it's still a trickle compared to the fire hose from the other side.
I have seen the South Park clips. Pretty wild. They gave him the Saddam voice, which I thought was genius. And yeah, they ripped into him good.
It's our strength and our weakness that we, stand on virtue and fight many of these fights with one hand tied behind our back, and often it's the upper hand. And I'm tired of being told, when they go low, we go high. I mean, the way I see it, when they go low, we should bury their ideas below the Capitol. That's the only way we're going to protect the most vulnerable. Governor Newsom gets that. And yes, we can talk about, and there's great points to be made about how long it's taken us, but he's meeting the moment now. And it's just a matter of, do others join him as he does?
Alex, the piece of this that is likely to trigger Trump the most is that it's funny, and that it's sticky, and that it'll get attention, and that even his favorite network anchors at his favorite network are talking about it over on Fox News. Your thoughts?
I mean, talk about snowflakes. Talk about owning the libs. I mean, it is amazing that a party founded largely in service of melting the snowflakes is melting so quickly when one person actually lays manages to land one on Trump, and that would be Gavin Newsom. I mean, I will just say for the record, I have never wanted a piece of campaign merch as badly as I want that laying of the hands on Newsom with Hulk Hogan and Tucker Carlson and Kid Rock. I think he's having a great time doing this, Nicole. And I think, not only is it time to sort of rethink the notion of self-serious liberalism, and I'm not going to malign Democrats for being serious about it, because we're talking about very, very grave issues and very, very real consequences for a number of people, right? That's serious stuff. But the message is delivered through a joyful warrior. And I think that's really important. Humor, as you point out, is Trump's kryptonite. Cultural currency is what I think has made the manosphere so popular, so prevalent, so much of a powerful sort of voting bloc, if you will, because it was rooted in culture. And this is going viral and being memeable is part of a necessary strategy to succeed in
a necessary evil. Yeah.
Being rooted in culture. So I think what Newsom is doing is broadly in service of Democratic goals. The other thing I'll say is Trump has rendered so many important concepts meaningless by taking what is really legit.
That's what I was going to say when she was mentioning the gravity and the seriousness of a lot of the issues that, say, the Democrats will be debating with the Republicans and trying to connect with the American people. They're serious. They're life and death. They're hugely grave and serious. But when the opposition has continually rendered so many areas of those debates and the manner of debate to be so childish and meaningless and continually spouting BS, right? It's flooding the arena with BS. So it's difficult, and yeah, they certainly need to adjust their strategies, I think.
Legitimate criticism about his corruption and his
younger,
authoritarian
smarter
tendencies, and throwing it back at his critics, right? And that's changed the way Democrats can even describe what's happening to us as a country. This is an opportunity for Democrats to take back one of Trump's biggest and maybe only selling points, which is his unvarnished real talk. The fact that a Democrat can successfully
he says what he thinks and he doesn't care, all that crap.
Mimic that, which really takes that arrow out of Trump's quiver. I think in the last couple of days, Trump has ceased tweeting in all caps. That is indicative of a man who, upon self-reflection, is like, oh, maybe this doesn't have the same resonance as it used to. And that, to me, is really telling about what a winning strategy this is on the part of the California governor.
Okay. Maybe he was going to make a comment afterwards. Yeah, I think it's definitely time to start changing the playbook for Democrats and figuring a way to connect with voters that, might not be super political junkies or anything like that, but voters nonetheless. And yeah, fighting fire with fire, but with a certain humorous undertone. I think it's good. Let me know what you guys think down below. We'll see you on the next one.